What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're going to be talking about the new Amazon Prime film, The Pickup. The film stars Eddie Murphy, Kiki Palmer, and Pete Davidson, and follows a couple of armored truck drivers that are on their way to pick up some cash when it takes a bit of a wild turn as they are ambushed by a ruthless criminal led by a savvy mastermind Zoe with plans to go way beyond the cash cargo. Going into this, I didn't know what the movie was about. I just knew that it had those three as the lead cast, and I'm a big fan of those three for the most part. Grew up on Eddie Murphy movies and loving that he is having a bit of a comeback as of late. Kiki Palmer was somebody that I was not the biggest fan of, but recently she has started to grow on me a little bit more. And Pete Davidson, while I'm not the biggest Pete Davidson fan, I do get a kick whenever he pops up on little movies like this or guest spots on The Rookies. So overall, you have a really nice package. Plus, it's a heist movie. I'm going to be interested either way, and the reviews for this movie have not really been the kindest. That is until I found out why. Besides the fact that it was dropped on Amazon Prime, it's actually directed by Tim Story, who directed the first two Fantastic Four films. He also did the first two Think Like a Man movies, and I think he did Ride Along 1 and 2. 1 I thought was fine. 2 I was not able to even finish. Seeing his name attached to this movie, I kind of hedged my bets on whether or not I was going to find this engaging or fun, and it's pretty much exactly what you think the movie is going to be. It definitely does feel like a movie that should have came out in the early 2000s when Tim Story was doing his Fantastic Four movies. It has that feel. But the thing that makes this movie watchable, at least for me, is the three cast members in here. Well, I don't think the movie is anything special. It's a paint by numbers film that you've seen multiple times and done better in other movies. Eddie Murphy, Kiki Palmer, and Pete Davidson add a little bit more charm to this movie and make it a little bit more watchable for me, because if they did not have the charm to pull this movie off, then the movie would have just immediately just been one of those clusterfucks that you just pop on and instantly forget. But there was some charm to their characters. I really enjoyed their little witty banters. I thought Pete Davidson was the strongest of the suit. I think he knew exactly what kind of movie he was in, and he just had a lot of fun with it. Also with Kiki Palmer, she knew exactly what movie she was in, and she seemed like she was having a lot of fun. Eddie Murphy, for the most part, I thought was fine, but he didn't have his Eddie Murphy stamp on this movie. There are moments here and there where you do feel that Eddie Murphy magic, but other times it just felt like he was sleepwalking through the entire film and just collecting a paycheck, while the other two knew exactly what kind of movie they were in, and they just wanted to have as much fun as they possibly could. It's not a movie that's going to change your life or anything. It's not a movie that's going to revolutionize the heist genre. For what it was entertaining. It had its moments of comedy, and Pete Davidson is really the one that helms the comedy for the majority of this movie, because a lot of the lines that they gave Eddie Murphy in this movie really weren't all that funny, and quite frankly, and were quite forgettable. I could have watched a solo movie with just Kiki Palmer and Pete Davidson together, and I think that would have been a more entertaining movie, because I thought their banter and their chemistry was pretty fine. I really enjoyed them when they were on screen. The action is pretty well handled. I really enjoyed some of the action sequences in here. It does kind of fall back on ride along territory, and borderline crosses ride along too, but it never gets into that territory. It's exactly what you think this movie is going to be, and you know exactly what kind of movie you're going to be getting. If you just want to be able to have fun for 90 minutes, I believe this movie is, then you're going to enjoy this movie for what it is. It's not trying to be Shakespeare. It's not trying to do anything new. It's just trying to entertain, and for the most part, it's fine. The bad guys in here are generic as fuck, and the movie is paint by numbers, but the charm of this movie is held by the three leads for the most part, and I thought it was okay. It's not something that I'm going to pop on anytime soon, but if you just are having a rainy day kind of weather, then you're probably going to enjoy this a little bit more. But other than that, it's not one that you have to rush out to see, but it's entertaining for what it was. But those are my thoughts on The Pickup. Have you guys checked it out? Are you planning on checking this film out? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys soon.